Hi, I'm James Robinson. I manage money for a living. My company is called Robinson Stocks. I'm a registered independent advisor. I've been asked to do a quick video which will explain how my fee structure works for those who choose to invest with me. So the basic setup is pretty simple. First, I charge no management fees of any kind. I only make money when you make money. So that's a little different than the way most registered investment advisors do it. In addition to that, I have a 4% hurdle, which means that in the first 4% of profits or returns that you make as an investor, I earn nothing. Then after that, there's a 1% catch up. So you get the first 4%, I get the next 1%. After that, all the profits are split 80-20, with you getting 80%, me getting 20%. That's a little different than the way a typical hedge fund works. For example, a hedge fund typically charges a 2% management fee. That's off the top, typically charged at the beginning of the year. That's before they've made you any money. And even in fact, they may lose you money, but they still get their 2%. They say that that's for overhead. That's fine. That's what they call it. Again, I don't charge that. In addition to that, they get a 20% management fee. So they're getting 2% off the top plus a 20% management fee. And they very often have no hurdle whatsoever. So they're getting it if you made a 3% return, they'd get 20% of that. So what I want to do is highlight the differences between my fee structure and the fee structure for a typical hedge fund. Obviously, because the hedge fund charges a 2% management fee and I charge no management fee, I'm 100% performance fee based. Automatically off the top, I'm going to outperform a hedge fund by 20%. But the ramifications for that are kind of interesting because if the hedge fund should break even and I break even in managing money, the hedge fund takes their 2% off the top. And so in that scenario, you would actually lose money. With me, you would never lose money there. But with the hedge fund, you'd lose on $1 million, $20,000. On top of that, I have this 4% hurdle that I have to meet. So if the hedge fund and I both earn 4% for the year, the hedge fund's going to charge you 20% of that because they have a performance fee of 20%. So 20% of $40,000 is $8,000. So on a 4% annualized return, the hedge fund's going to charge you $28,000 and I would charge you nothing. And so in the lower levels of performance, where one would argue that as a money manager, we're creating the least value, the hedge fund is charging disproportionately the most. That's because they're most worried about themselves. They're not most worried about what's best for the investor. With me, I've basically said, if I don't earn you a certain amount of profit, I'm not entitled to make any money off of you. And so I'm trying to create a scenario where we are pulling the same oar and we benefit equally. So again, just to be simplified, at every level, you're going to make at least $20,000 more in $1 million with me than you would with a hedge fund. But at the lower levels of performance, I'm going to dramatically outproduce the hedge fund. And I'm also not making money while you're losing money, which is something that seems pretty common sense to me, but doesn't seem to make sense to the geniuses on Wall Street. So what I don't want to do is be in a situation where I'm making money and you're not. I promised you this 4% return. If I can't get your 4%, I don't think I'm entitled to any money. So in addition to my favorable fee structure, I don't charge any fees until you make 4%, and that's cumulative over time. There will occasionally be bad years. I wish I could say that I'm so smart we'll never lose money. There will probably be a time where the economy goes crazy and we lose some money. When that happens, I have to make that up to you. And the way I'll make it up to you is by future performance. So if we're down, for the sake of conversation, 5% in 2026, then I would not be earning any fees for that year, obviously. But in addition to that, in 2027, I would have to earn the 5% that we lost. I'd have to also earn the 4% you were expecting in 2026. And I'd have to earn the 4% you're expecting in 2027. So basically what that works out to is that in 2027, you'd be entitled to the first 13% of return, and then I would get my 1% catch up. And then after that, it'd be 80-20. So again, I'm really believing that I should be able to outperform the market. I certainly should be able to get you a 4% return. And if I can't, then I'm not entitled to any fees. And if I can't do it over the long run, I'm never entitled to a fee. So that's sort of the way we've got it set up. I think you'll agree that this is a very favorable structure relative to hedge funds, relative to the way a lot of investment managers do it. I'm putting my money with you. Your money will be invested virtually the exact same way as my money is invested. And in addition to that, I've got performance guarantees and I've got a favorable cost structure. So thank you very much for your time.